Hello everyone. Happy New Year 2021. I wish you all the best for coming year, and let's hope that this year karma will be much better than the last one. Today I would like to talk with you regarding the birth chart, or also called Natal chart Chakra. You will get information, basic information about what it possesses, what it includes, what it talks about, how to read it. I think it's very interesting topic and we will develop it with the next episodes. I have prepared next PowerPoint presentation for you because I think it's better to present and talk, so whenever you need to read something, remember something, it's easier always, at least for me, when it's written. Let's start. Birth natal chart, the chakra. What is it? It's a map, constellation of where all the planets were at the exact moment, time you were born. Let's say it again. It's a map, constellation of where all the planets were at the exact moment, time you were born. To calculate your astrology birth chart, you will need your time, date, and place of birth. Without a birth time, you will not be able to accurately learn your ascendant. Without ascendant, nor will you correctly know which houses the planets in your chart fall in. Each person has unique birth chart in which you can learn your past, present, and future karma. Even twins have different birth chart because they born with the different time, not exactly the same. In some of the countries, the birth time is written in the birth certificate, but unfortunately not all countries do it. So you should try to ask your mother or the member of your family who might know this information. If you do not know this information, it doesn't mean you cannot know your birth chart and your ascendant. No, you can know it, but it's much more difficult. And you need to contact the experienced astrologer who can calculate this based on information you provide to them. This information you should consider the most important things that happen in your time, like marriage, divorce, birth of your child, surgeries, accidents, changing of jobs. These kind of information help if you provide to astrologer, they are able to see them in your dasha system and they can recalculate the time of your birth. What a birth chart, natal chart has? It has 12 houses, 12 zodiac signs, 9 planets, but only 7 planets are really planets. Rahu and Ketu are considered shadow of the planets, and 27 nashkatras. There are 28, but they are using 27. There are also more planets. You can ask, what about planet like Neptune or Pluto? Well, in Vedic astrology, all the calculations are being made based that you are on Earth. So for them, Pluto or Neptune, these planets are too far from Earth to give a significant influence on the person individual chart. That's why they are not using them for the prediction. Zodiac signs. There are 12 zodiac signs, as I said. Each one will be represented by number and possess some qualities. Each one will be also ruled by different planets, which I will explain later. If you will see number 1 in the birth chart, that means that stays for Aries, number 6 for Virgo, number 7 for Libra, number 11 for Aquarius, number 4 for Cancer. How about planets? There are 9 planets, as I told you, but only 7 are real planets. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. In the next episode, we will talk more about each planet. They rule over different zodiac signs. They are lords of different houses and represent different directions, temperament, gender, and energy. I will explain why some signs are more important for some of the reason, and which one has in different part of in different level of our life more important more impact in our life. There are 2 different formats of birth chart. One is India, both are used in India. One is used in north and the other one in south. The north one has fixed houses, always fixed houses, and these numbers in the squares, they change. Here, the signs are fixed and the houses are changed. So this square is always Aries, but this square is not always Aries. Here can be Capricorn, so number 10, and then here would be Cancer, but it's always first house. If here is a first house, is there will be a description A as C for ascendant here, then it would mean that this is first house. But if this name will be ASC will be put here, it means that this is ascendant for Capricorn and this is the first house. If here, then the first house will be here, the second house will be Virgo, and so on and so on. In the North system, the houses are always fixed, only the signs change. So here the numbers are changing and the houses always stay the same. So it's always ascendant, always first house, but it can be different sign. And here is always 7th house and can be different sign. All signs have one assigned planet, or which we also call ruler. Since there are 9 planets and 12 signs, each planet rules 2 signs. Exceptions are Moon and Sun. Moon always rule Cancer, and Sun always ruled Leo. The other planets rule 2 signs each. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Jupiter rules Pisces and Sagittarius. Moon is ruling Cancer and Sun is ruling Leo. Rahu are co-rulers with the other planets. Like Ketu can behave very like Mars, but this is something we will talk later about it. The traits of the planetary ruler, so the planet of a sign, are said to be comparable to the characteristic of the sign. The planet owning a sign disposes that sign to act in the nature of the planet. What does it mean? It means that if if Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, both signs have a lot of qualities of Mars. If Venus rules Taurus and Libra, both signs have a lot of qualities of Venus. Houses and planetary rulerships. Natal birth chart consists of 12 houses, which I showed you before. Each house in natal chart comes under the influence of each sign corresponding to a particular planet, whose attributes make up the nature of that sign, which I also explain you. The planet is said to own the sign and is called the house ruler or house lord. It means if ascendant is in Capricorn, the ruler of that house is Saturn. The well-being of house depends on the condition of the lord or ruler. What does it mean? If the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, we need to see in which sign in the chart is Saturn and where it's placed, and if he feels good or bad then. If the ruler is weak, then the house and its significations are spoiled. The house lord is not the only indicator. There are also the other things, like aspecting planets, or the planets which sit together in one house. This will also be explained in the next episodes. There are 12 houses. The first house is called the house of body. It is also ascendant house. The second house is house of accumulated wealth. The third house is house of siblings. 4 is house of mother. 5th is house of children. 6th is house of enemies and diseases. 7 is house of the partner or spouse. 8 is house of life, death. 9 is house of fortune, the house of right action. 10 house is house of action, is also our professional career house. 11 is house of gains. 12 is house of moksha. In the next episode, we will explain the other meanings for each house and what they represent in our life and how they affect our life. So let's continue. The last things I would like to talk today is about nakshatra, or we call it moon signs. In Vedic astrology, the sign is also subdivided into 27 nakshatras. The zodiac, or how others call it moon sign. Each nakshatra or cover 13 degrees and 20 minutes of the 360-degree solar zodiac. It means that each sign is divided into 3 nakshatras. That's why there are different types of Leo. There are 3 types of Leo, and in each type, there are 3 different padas, which means that you can really explore why one Leo is different from the other one. While the sun stays about a month in each zodiac sign, the moon stays in each nakshatra for about a day. So the moon nakshatrasa change a lot, almost every day. The location of your moon at the time of your birth is called birth nakshatra. The information contained in this nakshatra expands on what we find in the Rashi in your birth chart. Nakshatra is used to calculate the starting point of a person's 120-year dasha cycle. The dashas are period, years of the person's life to determine when the planets in the chart will manifest their influence at various age. What does it mean? It means if you're born with Libra moon sign and with Nashkatrasa Vishaka, it means that you born in Jupiter Dasha. You start your life with Jupiter Dasha. And it means that after Jupiter, there will be another and another and another Nashkatrasa. And the whole cycle is believed to be finished in 120 years. So that's why the Indians doesn't believe that you can live longer than this Dasha cycle. Because when it's finished, you finish your existence in this body for this life. Anyway, if I born in Jupiter Dasha, that means that in my earlier life, the Jupiter had more effect on my life in that time. After the Jupiter, there is Saturn Dasha, and then the Saturn start to manifest their power, and depends how it's well or bad situated in someone's birth chart, it will give good or not the best effect. But this will be, we will talk later in the later episodes to explain all this system. There are 27 Nashkatras, as I said. These are the names. As you can see, they are always three Nashkatras in each sign. In Aries, we can see there is Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika. And Kritika starts in Aries, finish in Taurus. In Taurus, we can see Rohini, Migrashira, Ardra. Kritika, Rohini, Migrashira. And Migrashira is starting in Taurus and finishing in Gemini. And in Gemini is Migrashira, Ardra, Punravasu. And Punravasu start in Gemini and finish in Cancer. And this is how this system works. It's finished with the Nashkatra Revati. These are all the names of the Nashkatras, and we will talk about each Nashkatra separately. I am very interested in this system, in the moon signs, in the Nashkatras, and I studied them for a long, long time. I see that a lot of not only solar system and planetary position in the chart has a big influence on us, but a lot of mysterious and hidden things are in Nashkatrasa. Nashkatrasas were the first signs. They were first before they start to use the solar system based on sun. So it's a very old, interesting knowledge which I would like to share with you. Today I would like to finish at this, and I would like to start with the new episode talking about next things which I start in this episode. I think I hope you like this presentation, and you can subscribe and wait for the next episode. So thank you for your attention and for your time, and see you next time. Take care.